Hey guys, today we're going to be covering episode 1 through 7 of What If Season 2 and our predictions of the finale. Let's get into it.
What is up, everybody? This is Till the End of the Line podcast. I am Juan G here with
Kika T.
That's right. And as you said, we're going to be talking about What If Season 2. We kind of, waited towards a little bit, almost the ending of it, of the season, but we're here to recap 1 through 7, right?
1 through 7, correct.
Great episodes.
Heck yeah.
Good season so far. We're going to dive into that, but first we got a few things to talk about. Got a bit of nerd news, right?
Yeah, a lot.
All right.
So, as we all know, Jonathan Majors is no more.
Yes. Dude, the internet has been running wild with speculations of what's going to happen. So I'm seeing...
Who's your favorite?
My favorite thing is they're like, MCU has potentially the best joke to play and have Terrence Howard come back and play Kang, which that'd be funny as shit for like Kevin Feige to come out. Yeah, we brought in Terrence Howard, interviewed him. Psych, but like, because that would just be hilarious. And like, he didn't work out as roadie.
If they were to ever do it, they have to have him say, you know how he says "next time, baby"?
Yeah.
Like he has to say some variant of that line to be like, "I'm back, baby," or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. I think it'd be fucking hilarious for them to fucking do something like that.
But that's not gonna happen.
No.
So
who's your second favorite like meme that they're making fun of? I love the RDJ from Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Yes, dude. That is gold. Like that would be just a dude disguised as a dude playing another dude. Yeah, dude. That's the funniest shit. That might be one of my favorite like comedic roles of his.
Hell yeah.
Tropic Thunder. If you haven't seen that, you need to go see that film.
It's a good dude, but Ben Stiller, Jack Black.
Oh, dude, the roster immaculate.
What's the younger kid's name? The African American kid. He's like, what do you mean?
Oh, the booty juice guy?
The who?
The booty juice. That's his drink, booty juice?
Oh,
you're talking about that guy, right?
Yeah. He was in Fast and Furious 5. He was driving the orange BMW.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Fast 5? No, he was never in.
Yeah, he was driving the orange BMW when they were racing for Braga. He was driving in that movie.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he was also the Fawn
that.
in Percy Jackson.
Yes, that I remember. But anyway,
he's in a lot of fucking movies.
He is. Yeah, he's always been, unfortunately, like the side character, like the but
the comedic relief sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't seen any other memes besides those legitimate contenders. Really hope John Boyega gets it at least a shot at that for them to talk. But he did share a tweet of somebody said, I don't know who's in charge or who needs to see this, but to give John Boyega, and then he shared a tweet of the donkey going, no. So I don't see it. I don't even think that he has interest in joining the MCU.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate. I think he would have killed.
I think it's more of a brotherhood thing. Like they know, like I'm sure, like they know of each other. Just being in the Disney realm, because Star Wars and Marvel being owned
African American actors. Period.
Yeah, just not wanting to step on someone's toes.
That might be what it is. I don't see them going Denzel. I don't see it happening.
I don't think so either.
I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if bringing in another big name is what they need to do.
Yeah. So
I think
what do you take, like a C-list actor that has a lot of upside potential?
That or just an up-and-coming actor, dude. Because I feel like if you did that,
but
if you get someone... Right,
who has the range?
They'll find it. Because I feel like if you go with somebody that's doesn't have a name, where they could just focus on the character and the acting, it'll help that transition from Jonathan Majors to the next Kang actor.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We won't be focusing too much on.
I think their safest bet too is having a Kang as Iron Lad, being a younger version of him. So that way they can recast from there.
Right.
Like, all right, cool. This is a younger version. This is
Yeah.
what this version grew up to look like.
Yeah.
And then you can play and have fun
That's
with
true.
the whole thing. I think the next version that we see should be an Iron Lad because
You think
it's
so?
a younger version of King the Conqueror, of Nathaniel Richards.
Yeah.
So he goes back in time to stop himself from becoming a King the Conqueror.
Oh, right.
So maybe that can be the disruptor of why he looks different. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah,
And
that's a good.
That gives him an avenue of bringing in whoever this new recast person is.
That's
but
true.
I definitely think they need to recast him. The
Yeah.
story is too far on for them to just scrap the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It'll leave a huge hole in what they've done already.
I think it's a misstep if
Yeah.
they went with a different storyline.
And I'm cool with like Doom eradicating the entire Council of Kings or the Beyonder eradicating.
That was a good thought.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm cool with that happening and establishing that person being the next big bad in the shadows.
Yeah.
Because also behind that they have high speculation. It hasn't been confirmed that Mr. Sinister is going to be the big bad of the Mutant Saga, which, as we know, after the end of Avengers 5 and 6, it's going to begin the Mutant Saga.
Right.
So that Mr. Sinister is supposed to be the...
Introducing him now would be a good lead in.
Because what movie was it that we saw a sex industry... A sex? Yeah, it's Mr. Sinister's company that he owns.
I don't remember.
It was like an end credit scene where we saw like some suitcase and it said the name of that company, but it was part of Fox. I forgot what movie it was that there was an end credit scene and it hinted to Mr. Sinister being the future villain.
I don't remember,
You remember
that at all. No.
I know it exists. I'll find it.
Was it a Blade?
No.
It was
an X-Men movie. It was one.
Oh, it was an X-Men movie.
Yeah. From the Fox universe.
Days, First Class?
It might be, or it might have been.
Let's look that up.
I don't remember.
All right.
But I know it's coming. That was the original plan. That the direction that Fox was going.
Yeah.
So I like that they're going to keep that. If that's the case, that they keep it. You know, he makes tons of clones of himself. He's the one that created the clone of Jean Grey. So that's how Cable was created, because Cable is the biological son of Cyclops and the genetic clone of Jean Grey. So it's not Jean Grey is not his actual mom. It's the clone that gave birth to Cable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, how about Nightcrawler's parents?
Oh, being switched up, and Mystique was a
Turned herself into a dude so that he can have a kid with I forget who.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit happening.
Just wild stuff.
Yeah.
So Mystique's his dad?
Well, I don't think
Technically?
Mystique has a gender.
Right, but she made herself a male
Right.
to make Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Because we all know how babies are made. Even in the mutant world, I guess.
Yes.
So anyway. So some more nerd news. We got an interview with the actor that plays John Walker.
Yeah.
So Marvel's Thunderbolt gets an update from him, and in it he talks about how the direction that they want to go. So he said there's so much more to do with John when Thunderbolt starts up in March or April. It feels like they're going with something that has more depth and something interesting to theorize about beyond just flying around and doing superhero stuff.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Because remember I talked to you before, I wanted just a little bit more depth in the story.
Yeah.
And then a little bit more on character building of characters other than your superhero, your main protagonist and stuff like that.
And I think that's the direction they need to go, because if they do that in the movies, then these people can be plugged in and out of Netflix series. Disney Plus series. Mm-hmm. So they can kind of just jump around series to series to series, movie, and everything's cohesive.
That's how they did it with Wong.
Yeah, that's how they did it with Wong.
Wong turned out to be just a fan favorite that they're like, hey, listen, let's keep him around.
Yeah. Or like Coulson. Coulson
was awesome, yeah.
And then his character transitioned right perfectly into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah. And I think I would love to see Coulson come back.
I mean, he's an android now, so the man won't age. It could work.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Maybe the Young Avengers like AI that like their caretaker, like a Jarvis
or
kind
his
of thing, or
Fury,
Vision.
and then the Young Avengers Fury could be Agent Coulson.
Dope. That would be dope.
It could work. He brings the knowledge of the actual Avengers, Fury's leadership, all that stuff. So some other news. Speaking of characters, Marvel Studio aims to bring back Scarlet Witch.
I told you.
Yes,
I told you.
Prominently in the MCU. So due to her, and this is only because of you guys.
Popularity,
so the immense popularity of her. So she'll take center stage, and he's right there, the first in line. She'll take center stage in upcoming films like Scarlet Witch, so she's getting her own movie.
Yes.
X-Men, Midnight Suns, Avengers 5 and 6.
Dude, I love it.
So that's cool.
She's too powerful, and
that's what you were saying. Is that her power level is just something that you can't just easily just get rid of. Like, you gotta have an ending. Like, her sacrifice and stuff could be an ending, but I don't know. I didn't think she was done in the MCU.
And she's such a huge part of the mutants going forward.
Yeah, and you made her an integral part of the story.
Yeah,
in Infinity War.
All the build-up that we had into WandaVision, into Multiverse of Madness, for it to just blow up like that.
Dude.
No. I was so upset.
So we were thinking originally that she was going to... Scarlet Witch was going to be around, but it was going to be a different Scarlet Witch. Yeah. That's what we were thinking, but it looks like they want to bring this Scarlet Witch back. So like as I said, so some projects coming up, according to many insiders.
I think it is going to be a variant Scarlet, because this one, they already said she's dead.
They did, but they're talking about bringing her back, though. Which we know.
I think it'll be a 616 adjacent timeline, like a 616B.
Oh, you're talking about Scarlet Witch will come back, but not that Wanda, is what you're saying.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I think the Scarlet Witch will come back, and I think it'll be... Because we already know in the next episode... Well, actually, no. Episode 6, she voices... the Scarlet Witch at the end.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we already know she's already back, what if wise. And then going forward, I don't think it's going to... I think she's dead. This is the one we know from 616.
Okay.
The one from Sokovia, and her brother's dead. I think it's going to be an adjacent timeline that's going to have mutants in it. And she's identical to this one.
Because we've technically seen two Wandas. Already.
Yes.
The 838?
838. Yeah, 838.
So... As I said, so Midnight Suns, I'm not sure if you guys know about that, but this team will be getting their own movie, or I'll just say project.
Yeah.
And the members are going to be Blade, Wong, Scarlet Witch, Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, and Elsa Bloodstone.
Nice. That's hell of a lineup.
Yeah, that's.
So if you guys don't know, this is like the Avengers for the supernatural. That's what they're.
Okay.
That's what they are. They specialize in taking on like their darker forces, anything underworld, evil spiritual entities. Often you see Ghost Rider part of this team because of his power. You know, he gets his power from Mephisto, the devil.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like things like that. It's that's why Blade's in there with the vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
it's finally. I hope they bring in Sam Raimi to help with some of that. If not as an executive producer or as the director, whatever's clever. I think he has. I mean, he's done some spooky things like that in the past, and I think that's right up his alley. Or they reach out to someone that's an actual horror film movie writer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It only helps it.
Yeah. So
all right, so let's switch and go into the galaxy a bit. We got some Star Wars news.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
2 live action Star Wars shows set for 2024 are The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, Acolyte's trailer is going to drop very soon.
Oh, awesome.
So I did see that. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I mean, I don't...
So now we're getting into more of the broader stories, more of the lower level stories now of Star Wars, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
As you know, I love depth. So give me more stories, more of the outside of the bigger scope of, Yeah,
outside of the animated shows, there's not really much depth given to Star Wars, the whole universe.
It's all based off that one storyline.
Yeah, the movie, the Skywalker.
Yeah. So now that we were past that, we're gonna start seeing a lot more stories, broader spectrum of storylines.
Yeah, and I think we've said this on the podcast before. Like, I think, a lot of people weren't so accepting to the latest trilogy because they're so set in the past and how everything was built, and then what was canon, what's not canon, and all of the the novel series, the comic for Star Wars, what is it called? Legends. Legends and all of that, and then everyone, Rebels and Clone Wars was well accepted throughout the community.
Yeah,
everyone loved it. some people didn't like Clone Wars as much.
Not even at the beginning. I've gotten past that. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I think people just need to like lay off on it. Let them tell this backstory. Let them build some more continuity within the universe. Because people accept the MCU so well because there's so many comics and history that's been around for years and years and years.
Yeah,
animated shows, and all of that. Everyone loved it, so that's why everyone accepts what's happening for the most part, what's happening in the MCU. Versus Star Wars, all they know are the movies. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good chance for us to nerd out a little bit more, have some new content, and memories to make with your kids. Like I remember watching these on my own when I was younger. Mm-hmm. None of my family was really into Star Wars, so I got into it on my own.
Okay,
like I told you, as a teenager-ish. I didn't really get into it at my younger age. I like playing with the fucking lightsabers. They were fucking dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But until episode 1 came out, I had watched right before that. I told you before episode 1 came out, I watched 4, 5, and 6 because I had never seen them. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, this is fucking dope. And then 1 came out, I was like, even better. And Darth Maul's lightsaber, that was cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I mean, Freddie Prinze Jr. said it best. He was being interviewed. I think I talked about this. Yeah. I think I talked about it before too. He's like, don't get mad because Star Wars didn't age with you. So it's like Star Wars is for kids. So it's not going to hit the same way when you're an adult as it did when you were a kid. He's like, the storylines are for kids. So he goes, if just because you age out of it, don't get mad at it saying it's crap now. Yes. He's like, it just didn't age with you.
And I love his philosophy. Well, I wouldn't say philosophy. I like the way he explains the way George Lucas explained it to him, and in a way like black and white binary way.
Yeah.
Like what people don't understand is like there's the point of balance within the Force is there has to be good and there has to be evil, and in order for you to have prosperity, there has to be time of not prosperity, which is usually war. And he talks about like Palpatine and Vader. Became two big heads of the dark side, and so what happened?
Did the Force do?
They gave two twins, Luke and Leia. Like everything is balanced out, dude. And that was
really lays it out for you, like perfectly and real clear. Like, oh wow, whatever happens, the Force corrects it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see what's gonna happen because Rey was the offspring of Sidious, and she destroyed the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to be some uprising of some other Sith. There has to be. There has to
be a big bad, yeah.
There doesn't exist one without the other. It's the yin and yang.
We'll have a moment of peace.
Right.
But something's going to happen. Somebody's going to...
Yeah, I think Ultron says it, right? Like, men of peace create engines of war.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it is. You know what I mean?
Big people create...
Little people. What do they call them?
Yeah, babies.
Children.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that word.
Yeah. But all right, I think that is it for nerd news.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah. 2 truths and a lie now, right?
2 truths and a lie. All right.
Mine's pretty cool.
Alrighty.
All right. So the title of Sorcerer Supreme, right? You know what that is, right?
Yeah, the taco special.
Some notice. I didn't see that coming, guys. That was not planned or scripted. That was pretty fucking funny.
That's off the dome, guys.
All right. So, honorable mentions of Sorcerer Supremes is Doctor Strange, Mordo, we know Wong, Agamotto, the original holder of the Eye of Agamotto.
Oh, yes. So
those are original Sorcerer Supremes.
Okay.
I'm going to name 3 of them. One of them is not and has never been Sorcerer Supreme.
Okay.
All right. Doctor Doom, Sir Isaac Newton, and Hela.
Holy shit, dude.
One of them has not been a Sorcerer Supreme.
Isaac Newton's in my head. You said Doctor Doom. He's done everything else. Fuck it, he is. Hela. I feel like Isaac Newton was. I feel like just because they wanted to, they made him. I feel like that's a thing. See, I want to go against my instinct. Should I do it? Because I want to say Doctor Doom has not been a Sorcerer Supreme. I know he's been I know he was what's the thing? A Beyonder, right?
Oh yeah.
I know he was a Beyonder. I don't know if he was Sorcerer Supreme. Because he got with Doctor Doom. Is Doctor Doom?
He was not.
He was not.
Incorrect.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. Isaac Newton was.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Doom was.
Hela was.
Hela was.
Son of a Hela. Fuck.
That was a good one, right?
That was a really good one.
So sure some other cool new ones. Merlin, during his time, was Sorcerer Supreme. During the time of King Arthur.
Interesting.
The ancient one, obviously, as you know.
Damn you, Hela.
Loki, at one point, was Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So I lost again.
Well, we can if I'm wrong too, we just cancel each other out.
Yeah. So
right now the score is 1-0.
Yeah. Let's hope I can do it, guys. Let's hope I can do it. All right. Mine is about the Illuminati.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to name the members. Two Truths and a Lie are going to be 3 members of the Illuminati.
Okay.
2 of them are members. 1 of them is not.
Okay.
Mr. Fantastic.
Okay.
Iron Man.
Okay.
Black Panther. 2 of these are members. 1 is not.
Current or previous?
Just are members of the Illuminati.
All 3 of them have been.
I'm telling you, 2 are members. 1 is not.
I can fact check you.
I have it right here in front of me, sir.
Iron Man was for the humans. Yeah, all 3 of them have been members at one point in time.
I need an answer from you.
No, you're none of them are wrong.
All right, so then this counts as a loss for you because following the Kree Skrull War, Iron Man saw the need for an organization that could band together various heroes to form a force capable of responding to planetary threats. To that end, he invited Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic, Namor, Doctor Strange to meet at Black Panther's place in Wakanda. Other heroes were approached but raised objections to Iron Man's vision, and the Black Panther refused to participate.
Yes, but he ends up joining.
Well, from what I said, that he didn't.
But I know he does. He ends up joining.
All right, so then I should have said the first members of the Illuminati then.
Yes. I guess in the beginning, that's why I said at some point all of them weren't, because they weren't all members at the same time.
Well, yeah, you could say at some point, but
Black Panther steps in later afterwards because he helps hide one of the Infinity Stones. When they acquire all the Infinity Stones, he helps hide one in Wakanda because he realizes the importance of the Illuminati.
All right, well, that one's a wash then, so nobody scores for that one.
That's fine. Right. I'll take that.
I should have been. I guess I didn't know I had to be more specific because from what I read, it just says that he refused it. So I thought that's it.
But he does end up becoming
later on.
Which is why my tagline is "Nerd with the
whatevers." All right, so that was 2 Truths and a Lie. How about we dive into this season 2 of What If?
Yeah.
All right.
So episode 1 is fucking dope.
Yeah, number 1 is Nebula. What if Nebula joined the Nova Corps?
Yeah.
Which is a cool concept.
Hell yeah.
This episode gave me very noir vibes, especially with her narrating it herself at certain points. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like mystery detective,
noir
type of vibe.
It gave me Blade Runner vibes.
Okay.
The movie Blade Runner,
yeah.
Just the way it was, the dark world, because it was like encased with the shield or whatever.
Oh yeah. It was really hitting home for me for that because of her voiceovering her narration herself.
Yeah.
So like I guess we were just hearing her thoughts.
Yeah.
But it was very voiceover.
Yeah.
But it was a cool episode. I like her recruiting her team of like oddballs of Howard the Duck, Groot, Korg. So that was kind of fun seeing them together. She dons Yondu's arrow.
Yeah.
She gets control of that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The funniest line for me was, I should have stretched before I did that. After Korg slams, he hulks basically out on those Nova Corps members. Right?
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious. He's like, and Taika Waititi every time.
Yeah.
Just comes with the funny. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. It was a solid first episode.
I love 2. That outside of the OG cast of Iron Man and like RDJ and Chris Evans, everyone has come back to voice their original character in What If this season. Like, I love it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kate as Hela. Scarlet is, not Scarlet. Fucking Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch.
Oh, right.
Like, you know, and is Odin?
I was gonna ask you that because I couldn't tell. There were times where it sounded like him, and then other times where it didn't. So I don't know if Anthony Hopkins did that or not.
I'll check right now.
I couldn't tell.
Unless producer can look that up for us real quick.
Anthony Hopkins. No idea what we're talking about or who we're talking about. Did Anthony
Hopkins voice Odin in episode 7?
So,
but the guy that's voicing RDJ and the guy that's voicing, well, we haven't heard Cap yet, but RDJ is.
We have Steve Rogers.
Oh,
it's not Chris Evans.
It's not Chris Evans, but like the voice is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
So yeah, episode 1. I think I love that they're giving highlights to all these villains and giving them a
second chance.
Yeah. And
that seems to be the theme of this season.
Yeah, and I think it's with them losing their fucking big villain right now. I think them focusing on villains being a good guy. Episode 7. I think it's good. I think it worked out that they're highlighting everything right now, giving all these people second chances to give them, roles or possible roles in the future of the MCU. Overall, I think so on IMDb was rated 7.1 episode 1.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
No, it's solid.
It's solid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Rotten Tomatoes is giving the entire series up to date right now.
I'm no longer listening to Rotten Tomatoes ever since I found out they were getting paid off to give certain stuff higher scores.
Oh, okay.
I lost all faith in them.
Well, the audience scored it at a 79.
That I will listen to. I will listen to their audience score. But as far as the Rotten Tomatoes score,
it's at 87.
Nice.
Which is pretty solid, even though you don't care
from
for
Rotten
it.
Tomatoes? Okay.
Yeah. So it's doing good. It's doing good.
I'm going to put all my stock in the audience score. Because honestly, that's who matters the most, is what we think of it.
Yeah, because the Rotten Tomatoes rating is higher than IMDb rating.
Okay.
So, which is surprising.
Yeah. All right.
But then we have, because you didn't care for season 1 in the beginning, right?
That's not true. Why do you keep saying that?
Because you said so.
No, I said when I was watching it, I'm like, oh, this is what if the villains won? I was like, okay, I guess. But I never said I disliked it. I was just like, oh, that's the direction that they're going, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. But I enjoyed season 1. What?
He did voice the
That was him.
Nice.
He also did a little part on the end of the 6th episode.
Oh, right, because he's in. Okay. All right, cool. So that is Anthony Hopkins
as
Odin. Cool. So that's everybody, yeah, I would assume.
Yeah.
So episode 2 is What If Peter Quill Attacks Earth's Mightiest Heroes. This is a cool episode because this is where we got to see Peter Quill's original destiny or his original plan of...
Yeah, because Yondu was the dick in this one and he actually delivered him to Ego.
And then we see him get his powers and then basically just be under Ego's rule, be sent to Earth to get the plant thing. Good episode. Action was on point.
And I like who plays Hank Pym?
The actor?
Yeah. Michael Douglas.
Yes.
Michael Douglas does a really good job voicing the character and like the way he him being a dad and losing Janet.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that Janet's still missing in this timeline. I was like, okay, cool.
No, she's dead. He said that she died in that one.
But they don't explain how. They thought she was dead before too. But she
they always knew she was lost in the quantum realm. They never said dead. So this time they say dead. That's true. We lost her. So I don't know. That's up for speculation at this point. But
I assume that she was still in the quantum realm.
Okay, fair enough.
But
dude, Peter Quill is OP as fucking.
Hell yeah!
Dude, he came back and just demolished everything. Yeah.
He's gonna. Does he lose his power at the end after they destroy this version of Ego before the planet? Because we know Ego's not dead. They just destroyed this version of Ego because his planet's all alive.
Right. Then no, I think his powers are still in him.
Yeah, right. Because Ego's not destroyed yet.
Right. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think I'd have to go back and watch it again, but So yeah, I mean, it was cool to see a different Avengers team.
Yeah.
Like the OG, the original Avengers team, basically, which is pretty cool.
We see T'Chaka, we see the original Ant-Man, we see Stature.
And Stature's Goliath, right, as we know him?
Oh, Goliath, my bad. Yeah, Goliath.
No, I think that his name is Stature, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't ever say Goliath, so...
No, you're right.
Okay. But that was cool to see.
And Bucky coming back as a Winter Soldier and snapping out of it a little bit.
Oh, yeah. He still wants to kill.
Yeah.
But he's just taking orders from Howard Stark.
Well, he doesn't take orders. Howard Stark talks him into...
Oh, right.
He's like,
who is he talking to then?
I think still probably Hydra or some type of Soviet
No,
situation.
he was talking to somebody when he was looking down the barrel, down the scope of the sniper.
They were...
That was Howard, right?
Well, Howard intersected the comm because he was on a secured comm line with either the KGB.
Oh, that's right. We never heard who he was talking to.
Yeah, it could be the Red Room. Like, we don't really know.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I did like that we now see that there was two completely different paths for Peter Quill.
Yeah.
It was either this path with Ego or the path that he took, with the Yondu and stuff like that. Yeah. Two completely different ways of living. Like, it was pretty awesome to see.
Well, we saw Peter in the first season where he was just chilling like at some restaurant working as a...
That's only because they took the wrong kid.
Yeah.
So
because they took T'Challa instead.
Yeah, they took T'Challa. Didn't look anything like Peter Quill, but all right. It's just because he was a young boy, I guess. But yeah, I thought that was really cool to see.
Me too.
Just to like, that was a true what if. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could have went this way, but it went this way.
Mm-hmm.
So let's dive into episode 3, which I would imagine is their Christmas episode.
Yeah, because it came out on Christmas.
What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas?
Christmas Eve, really. But
yeah. What if Happy Hogan saved Christmas? This is my favorite episode.
Really? I thought it was really good.
I really liked it.
I enjoyed it. Very comedic.
The comedy in this was really funny.
Justin Hammer was pretty fucking good.
Yes, as always.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I love the humor of season 2, just period.
Yeah.
I think the humor is really good. It's not like very jokey or one-liney. It's good humor.
It's not cheesy.
Yes.
It's not cheesy at all.
Yeah. I'm really liking the stories being told. They're telling it in a really good way, and they're giving us completely different scenarios than we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
The action was really good in this.
Yeah.
And then I just like Happy Hogan's powers being Hulk-like.
Yeah.
I just thought that's pretty fitting. Like, I would imagine, because he essentially was Tony Stark's muscle in the beginning.
Yeah.
He was his bodyguard, so that was pretty fitting. But I enjoyed the episode a lot. Yeah.
I did too. I think it was it was fun, comedic episode. A very family oriented, like just a traditional Christmas movie. Like, something goes wrong, there's a big heist, and everyone comes together, and a happy ending. It was really cool. A really cute episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I love, like, back to what you were saying about the story. And I said this about season 1. They tell such a great story in such a small amount of time.
Yeah.
And it's complete. But it's open to, like, tie into everything else later on.
These episodes are longer than what I remember last season. Oh, no, they're only 30 minutes.
Yeah. They're all the same.
Dude, they feel way longer.
They captivate you very well. You're so hooked into
it. Yeah, for sure.
In such a small period of time. I
thought they were way longer. I lied to you.
That
was not my favorite episode. Whoopsie. I got it mixed up with the next one.
Oh, the What If Iron Man crashed?
Well, let's dive into that one. That one's my favorite episode.
Dude, I even
wrote it here.
The Grand Prix that they have, fucking dope, dude.
Yeah. That reminded me a lot of Alita. Did you ever watch that movie?
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly how they start off.
Think about it.
All revving their engines at the beginning.
Yeah.
They're in their cars. The cars have weapons.
Yeah, I thought Mario Kart right off the bat.
Oh, God.
Dude, right off the bat, it was Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's true.
And even in the movie, like, the way they did it, like, it was just so cool, dude.
You wouldn't think Mario Kart.
Yeah, it was such a cool movie, cool episode.
Yeah.
I think that's my second favorite episode.
Is it? The comedy was great in that. So this one's my favorite. Happy Hogan's episode is my second favorite. But yeah, I just like this.
And Tony being a badass.
So the premise of the episode, it's what if Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster. So when Tony goes through the portal at the Battle of New York,
he doesn't come back.
The portal closes on him. But instead of him just floating in space, he shoots to Sakaar.
Yeah, so he like hits a wormhole of some sort.
Yeah, and goes to Sakaar,
through the devil's anus.
Through the devil's anus, and just crashes. Crashes at Sakaar.
That's what he calls it in Thor Ragnarok. Or not Ragnarok. It is Ragnarok.
It is Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ragnarok.
sir, yeah. But yeah, so I like Tony's makeshift armor that he
Yeah.
makes there. It turns into a race car. Sick
Dude,
as shit.
so dope.
So cool. Yeah, dude, that is by far
And
my
then he
favorite
does
episode,
that chest piece thing to give himself a boost to win at the end. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's fucking dope.
yeah, dude. It was really cool. I liked how they did it. Tony just in that episode.
It's nice
was pretty
seeing
good.
Tony center stage, front and center, like in front of everything, just showing why we love him,
Yeah.
why we love the character of Tony Stark.
But in there, he has kind of a revelation too of like. What I like about this is that it shows that no matter what situation he was in, he was always going to come out of like a redemption style story.
Yes.
Because in it, he realizes, all right, yeah, maybe I am being selfish and maybe I should do things for others. So
Yeah.
he stays on Sakaar to help Sakaar.
Right. With the
And-
campground rules. Yeah. Leave it
Yeah,
there.
yeah, exactly. Which was nice.
Yeah.
I think it's a philosophy we should all have.
Agreed.
But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this episode. It was fun.
Unless it's a toilet. Then
Jesus. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. I really like this episode. What's his name? Who played Grandmaster?
from
Is
freaking
it Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
No.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, he's
The
goofy as
actor.
fuck from
Yeah,
Jurassic Park.
Yes,
yes. What the hell's his name?
Goldblum. Jeff
Yeah,
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. All right. So yeah, Jeff Goldblum. It's just gold every time, dude.
Yeah. He's hilarious.
He's
dude.
the best, dude.
He was perfect for the Grandmaster.
Absolutely.
The quirkiness, the goofiness,
Absolutely.
it fits perfectly.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
And he's
I
a character that one never fucking dies. Second,
Well, and this one he did. He turned into a pile of goo
oh, true.
because he got hit with the stick.
That's true. That's true. Which I was surprised. Yeah.
Took forever for him to melt too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then we got episode 5. What if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper?
That's dope.
So this one was a cool premise because this one is basically if Steve Rogers went through what Bucky went through.
Yeah.
And was
This
a
is
sleeper agent.
basically Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
This is basically Winter Soldier and
But the Carter version, the Captain
yeah.
Carter version, yeah. But yeah, so that was cool. I love
it's like Winter Soldier and Black Widow
yeah,
mixed together.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the team up with Black Widow
Hell
and Captain
yeah.
Carter.
I
They
think-
kick ass.
As a like one, because Cap, Steve Rogers and Natasha were a dope duo.
Yeah.
But they are very acrobatic. As much as Steve Rogers was acrobatic, we saw him on the ship when he was fighting.
But he was more brawler than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, women in itself are more tacticians
Yeah.
when they fight and stuff like
Correct.
that. So it's, which is evident with Black Widow, how she fights.
Right,
you know,
right. And she has some enhanced strength, but not like Peggy. So Peggy is more agile than Steve Rogers, but still matches him strength wise, which is pretty cool to see.
Cool, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's the way I feel like that's when they're running away from the Stomper, and Peggy Carter does this like barrel roll through the cage, and then Black Widow.
Natasha jumps over it. Yeah.
I think.
Well, she does this kind of like, I don't know, what did you say? The sliding, the bobsled style. Isn't that how she jumps through it?
Yeah,
Or
and then
just-
she turns sideways and then rolls over.
Oh,
goes
is
through
that
it.
how she did that one?
Yeah.
Okay, I was.
But
Thinking
I
of a
feel
different
like
part.
if it was Steve, he would have just dove through and tumbled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's.
Natasha just went over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see how acrobatic they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. I think they're a killer duo.
They definitely showed off their styles perfectly.
I think Peggy Carter can take Wonder Woman in a hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
I think for sure.
That'd be a good matchup for sure.
Hell yeah.
I don't think I could pick a winner between the two.
I think because she's a god, Wonder Woman has that edge, but I think she'll figure out a way, Peggy.
All right. That's a
mean-
nice theory. Let's see what you guys think. Let us know who you got. Wonder Woman
As far as
or
combat
Captain
wise,
Carter?
you know?
Combat only?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we saw what she did, what Wanda did to fucking Carter in Multiverse of Madness.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sliced her.
Right in half, bro.
With her own shield.
That's
The
pretty shitty.
disrespect.
But
all right.
entertaining episode.
Very good.
Steve Rogers, to see him come back and be playing them the whole time until the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty interesting. And then we see not Yelena. What's her name?
The mom.
She's like, "That's your mom." It's a long story.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Like kind of.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. I think. You think Steve died when he flew into the Flying Red Room, the base? Because at the end they show that he's going to look for her, which is gives me the Bucky. She's going to look for him.
Yeah,
it was like the Bucky theme.
Yeah, I'm going to know then.
Yeah, because like in Civil War, what's that thing called? The helicarriers fall. Steve falls, and then Bucky pulls him out or whatever. And then he's like, "All right, we're gonna go look for him."
Yeah.
And then in Age of Ultron, Falcon is following the missing person leads. You know. So I think that's gonna be.
Yeah, I think that'll be season 3 of like Peggy Carter.
And I think they greenlighted to season 3.
I wouldn't imagine that they. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would. Yeah, I don't see that not happening. All right, so let's dive into episode 6.
I think this is the one I was most excited for.
Okay.
To see
Kahori. So this one's what if Kahori reshaped the world. Really love this episode. It has a lot more depth in it than all the other episodes. So this is the one character that was created specifically for the MCU.
Yes.
First hero that was created specifically for the MCU.
The first
Native American. Yes. And what I really like is that they did a lot of research into the Native American culture. They even researched a tribe, right? A specific tribe.
Yep. And the language that they speak is native to that
tribe.
That tribe.
Yes.
They even give a tribute to it at the end.
So hats off to them, to MCU, for really diving into that culture, really trying to showcase that.
Yeah, and
that's beautiful. Yeah,
showcasing the indigenous that. Yeah. And this is, it kind of seems like it's before the Spanish Inquisition and Christopher Columbus discovering and all that.
It seems like that because it's not America.
Right.
It's,
Well, no,
it's
it
the new world.
Yeah, it's a new world, which is America.
Well, yeah, as we know it, but I don't think it's been established. It's not taken over
yet.
So
agreed. Because they go against Queen Isabel of Spain.
Yes.
Who sends the conquistadors and
correct.
And Christopher Columbus.
So this is the first Native American superhero I've known of. Do you know any other ones?
The only one that pops in mind is Nightwolf from
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But outside of that, not so much.
Pocahontas. No, she's not a hero. Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah.
Which, the only thing I would say, it sucks that they like always associate the indigenous people, like the Native Americans, with like
being conquered and stuff. Yeah, dude, it's really bad.
It's really bad, but at least they partnered on this and they show like a thriving survivor story of it.
Fighting back, for sure.
What a shout out to her being, a very powerful woman.
Yes.
Having the powers that they have going into this like almost, it gave me like Shang-Chi and that other realm that they're in. What is
okay, Talo,
or how Iron Fist has goes to Kung Lao.
Okay.
What's the name?
I don't remember. I hear Kung Lao and I think of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
So like that type of like in between realm. And it's cool that the Tesseract, the Space Stone, is the one that's kind of giving that.
So it just splits open.
Yeah.
And then some of its power goes to crash lands on Earth.
And it gave me like Superman vibes as far as like on Krypton, they're all basically humans, even though they're Kryptonians. Right. But then he came to Earth. And he came to Earth, and now he has all this power because of the sun.
Yeah.
So whatever is in the realm that they're in, they got this mystical power through the Tesseract and where they're at.
Speaking of that, I mean, her powers are awesome. So from what I took from it is that she manipulates the spirit inside things.
Correct.
Everything has a spirit, and then she can manipulate that.
That's how I seen it too.
So she has a very Neo moment. She stops bullets and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this episode. I like that they're shedding a light on this culture, which is long overdue. But I thought they did it very well. I don't imagine people from Native American descent would have a problem with this style hero, this style episode.
Yeah.
So
this is for indigenous, for the minorities, and for women. Just a powerful episode.
Yes, truthfully. Absolutely.
And she's a kick-ass character. I'd love to see her live action.
Yeah, I think there's more to come from this character.
Absolutely.
For sure. They want to create a character solely for one episode.
Do you think these Native Americans have this power because they have the mutant gene in them?
No,
you don't think so?
Because that came directly from the Space Stone, and we saw that. the space stone split open, and it's, I guess, the essence of the stone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's no mutant ability whatsoever.
You sure?
So far, yeah, I know you're trying to stretch it so that you win the bet.
Kamala was entangled with that light source power that.
Right, that activated her powers, but then the source of her power doesn't come from that, which is why she can do it without the bangle.
Right. What if all these people are?
But no, because they said that they got it from the stone. That the stone is what gives them the power.
Because Carol got her powers from the Tesseract.
Right, but she's not mutant.
Right, but Kamala Khan is.
Correct, but like I said, Kamala, that didn't give her powers. That basically just woke up her powers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah.
What about
so far?
Spectrum?
There hasn't been.
What's her name? Yeah, Spectrum, right?
What?
Photon.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if they haven't really established if she is or isn't a mutant?
Well, no, she's not, because she got her powers from walking through the hex.
And Wanda is what?
Wanda's mutant. It doesn't mean that she gives her powers mutantly.
Well, maybe she just. I don't know. I think I would not be against the idea if they make these people, this indigenous people that have this power, have a mutant gene.
I think they kind of just want to separate it.
You think so?
Separate it, yeah, because this is its own story. Because if you say, "Oh, she's mutant," then that ties it into that stuff, to the mutant.
Yeah, that gives her a future in the mutant saga.
But I mean, her herself can be her own story. You know what I mean? It can be her own avenue of storytelling.
True.
Or of comics, period.
Okay, fair.
But all right, so last episode
my favorite
talk about today is your favorite.
My favorite, yes.
What if Hela found the 10 rings? This is an interesting story.
Yes.
Because it's not something we ever would have thought to think of.
So Odin destroys Mjolnir, and then puts the enchantment on her crown.
So let's take it back for a second. So it tells the story of Hela and Odin conquering the 9 realms,
which is what we know.
Well, we know. Well, we just see it now. And then Hela,
instead of banishing her to hell,
yes,
he gives her the whole Thor syndrome.
He banishes her like Thor. He strips her of her powers and sends her to Midgard.
Yeah.
And then
Earth.
Yeah, and then but he sends her. So all of this was happening around the same time when Mu first got the 10 rings.
I don't think when he first got them.
Maybe not first got them, but when
he was already in the height of his conquest.
Yeah, he was establishing his 10 rings. So I just love the part where she lands and she's all cocky still, and she's like, "All right," and then she starts talking, and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Well, it's usually." Wait, what the hell? So he's like, "Wait, where's my head?" Dude, that was so funny. And then when she goes to lift up her crown, that's stuck in the ground, she goes, "Wow, it's really wedged in here." It was so good. She's like, "Just give me a second." It was, dude. That was such a good comedy.
Yeah, agreed.
It was so good. But yeah, I mean, and this is a classic redemption story. Mm-hmm. Much as in the way that Thor's story happened, where he was sent to Midgard.
Yeah.
Realized.
Before we continue too far.
Yeah.
5 and 6 ended with some lead up to the finale.
Yeah.
And I forgot to highlight.
Me too. Yeah.
So 5 ends with Uatu pulling, or not Uatu, Wanda and it looks like Merlin pulling
Peggy. Yes.
Into the past.
I totally.
And this is when Uatu's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. He's like, what's happening? Yeah.
And then this one, Sinister or Supreme Strange? What is it? What is he?
One of the strangest.
One of the evil one.
Yeah.
The one that was.
Well, he's not evil anymore.
No, correct.
He's
part of the Guardians of the Universe or whatever you call it, whatever they are.
Yeah.
He goes and gets Kahori.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've been looking for you. He's like, you've been able to solve world peace in record time. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so she's gonna be part of the end, and she's probably gonna be part of the new multiversal Avengers.
Okay. And so is Peggy Carter. That's something. It looks like something separate, does it not?
I think it's all gonna be connected.
Okay.
I really do believe it's all gonna be connected.
Why Scarlet Witch is hanging out with Merlin is something I look forward to.
She's the Scarlet Witch back then.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. This is a different timeline.
Gotcha.
That's how I'm reading it because we see Merlin.
That makes the most sense because there was Scarlet Witch back then. Yeah.
So there's a Scarlet Witch, and then Merlin, who also was a Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
I think in that time is a Sorcerer Supreme So I think that's where
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Right?
All right.
And now we're gonna see this strange. So we're gonna see 3 really strong sorcerers.
Yeah.
With the chaos magic and then 2 sorcerer supremes.
This
of
finale
different
is gonna
times.
be bonkers. Dude.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be so.
I just
good.
wanted to highlight that before we go into our final.
I'm glad you did. I'm
'cause
glad you
we
did.
forgot to talk about it.
No, I'm glad you did.
But-
Okay.
I have a theory.
What is it?
So they gave highlight to Hela becoming this like white version of herself.
Hell of the Whites. Yes.
That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Hela the
I'm
White.
just stealing that from what is it?
Gandalf. Gandalf the White. Yeah.
Gandalf the White. Anybody who dresses in all white now is known as insert name the White.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that she got her redemption story.
Hella the White.
The White. You're hilarious.
All right.
All right. So we see Loki in the Loki series. He gets his redemption. He becomes God of Stories.
Yes.
Hela understands still being the God of Death,
Yeah.
but being understanding and respects life.
Yeah. She turns it around. Stops being the Queen of Death, and
I think this is all leading up to Thor becoming King Thor.
ooh,
Everyone
okay.
getting what the alternate version, the epitome of their character of what they can finally become.
Mm-hmm.
Thor was at his strongest when he was King Thor,
Oh.
and because he has the Odin Force.
Oh right.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's at his strongest as King Thor.
Okay.
And I think that's what this is leading up to, as like a not a send off, but like we can bench Chris Hemsworth and Thor for a little bit to highlight on the future of the MCU, and then he'll still be around but he's the king of Asgard, so he has to be at Asgard now.
So what is Odin doing while he's King Thor?
Odin dies. Well, Odin's dead already, as we know in the MCU.
But this Odin, he's still alive.
He's still king, correct?
But I'm saying, if you're saying Thor is going to become King Thor, what do you think is going to? You think Odin's going to die in this too?
I think they're shedding light on Hela, and then they shed light on Loki. 2 different timelines, you know, different things. But actually, no, I think Loki's watching all these timelines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think,
He's watching the Watcher watch this.
yeah, for real, that's fucking cool.
Okay. All right.
I think this is what it's all eventually going to lead up to, as far as how Thor is going to end. He'll become King Thor, and maybe his daughter Thorin comes in place. She
so
has
lazy with the naming.
Yeah, right.
Thorin.
She has a pretty cool sword that can. It's kind of like Heimdall's sword.
Okay.
Um,
What they could have went with Thor. That would have been just really super lazy. But so where do you think this story is going? Do you think it's its own thing, or do you think it's going to tie into the MCU live action?
I think what they prevent will be highlighted in. Actually, no, maybe not. I was gonna say whatever they prevent is gonna be like because they can't do the king situation. Well, it's already done, so I guess not. But
Here's my thinking: the What If series and all the storylines in here, I think is running parallel to the MCU.
I agree.
I think it's 2 different stories. This is what we're watching, and then this is how it could have went.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they're ever gonna entangle. I think it's just gonna be one side of the coin on each.
Okay.
So whatever happens in this, I don't see it affecting the MCU. That's my take on it.
Agreed.
Because so far it hasn't.
I don't think it'll affect the MCU, but I hope they highlight it in the MCU. You know how Miguel O'Hara was like, yeah, and that nerd kid in Earth 99999. Like, I think that would be something that like Loki, or when the Avengers are starting to go through the timeline, refer to this word. Yeah, and in alternate reality, this happened. Da, 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 da. You know, I would not. I think it'd be
that'd be a cool way to do it without it intertwining. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or us seeing the Watcher in real life, because we saw a statue of him in Thor. What's the last one that came out?
Love and Thunder.
Yeah. In that like citadel at the end, where like where eternity is at, the Watcher is standing, and then there's like there's Lady Death, and then there's they're like standing there, and like he needs the Bifrost to open where eternity is at, but the statues are lined up.
Where the kids are fighting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All those statues. One of the statues was the Watcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that, but all right.
Yeah, we covered it, and
did we?
We covered it.
I don't remember then. Okay.
But yeah, so the Watcher and the Living Tribunal and all that, like, I think they need to show the Watcher stepping in as far as like with the Beyonder and all that stuff happening and being able to look in an alternate timeline. This was what they did.
Yeah.
Take this and then you guys can do this or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the Watcher because we saw the Watchers before with Stan Lee.
Where he did his cameo.
Yeah.
While they were jumping.
We know they're watching shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right then. Fair enough.
So yeah, I think that they should give like an homage to it, or take ideas from what they did in this series to help for Secret Wars.
Okay.
The whole 1 and 2 or whatever the hell they're gonna call them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it says, what if the Avengers assembled in 1602, which is the next episode.
That's the next one,
right?
Okay.
We obviously haven't seen it yet because it hasn't been released. It'll come out tomorrow. So we'll reveal our what happened on our next episode. But yeah, I think the way 7 ended, it ended with who? Strange coming, right? So whatever's going to happen in 8 will follow the ending of 6 with Carter coming into that.
Yeah.
And then however 8 ends, it's going to follow 7 leading into 9.
Well, the only teasers we saw were in 5 and 6.
Right. But I think
Scarlet.
the teasers we saw in 6 will come to fruition in 8
With Doctor Strange?
In 6 will come out. We'll see everything in 8.
Well, that's why in episode 6, Doctor Strange comes in. That's the one with Kahari.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Episode 5 is
That's 5. Yeah, 5 will paid off. The ending will pay off into 8, and then 6, the ending will be paid off into 9.
Okay. All right. But let us know what you guys think of this season so far. I'm gonna hold off my stone rating.
Yeah, for sure.
I think 8 and 9
are gonna make them go up where they have.
Yeah, for sure. But so far, I'm really enjoying this season.
Agreed.
I think it's a solid watch. If you guys haven't checked it out, please do. Because we just spoiled a shitload for you.
Yeah, for real.
I'm pretty sure they would have stopped a long time ago. But yeah, I mean,
are you excited for how they've been releasing daily instead of weekly? How they did Loki?
Yeah, I like it.
Cool
it's
idea.
Fun. It's a cool new way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
As opposed to just weekly. I always envisioned that's how streaming services would release, just daily instead of weekly. Just because they can, and it's I guess easier than doing it weekly. I don't know.
Do you think when 9 drops, the way it ends, we're gonna get a trailer or something?
Probably not.
No.
You mean a trailer for the 9th episode?
After the 9th episode drops, so we'll get a trailer for the future of the MCU, whatever, or an announcement.
Nah, probably not.
I think so.
You think so?
I think they're building this lead up so that we're all drawn into this, and then we're gonna get hit with a curveball. Like what?
Yeah, of a trailer or something. All right, that'd be cool.
Kevin fashion, I think.
All right, fair enough.
To distract us and then hit us with something sideways. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. All right. Well, I do have a question of the day.
Okay, what you got?
Yeah. So, what hero or villain would you have liked to seen in an episode of What If? So what alternate storyline would you like to have seen? Or just what hero or villain would you like to have seen an alternate story of? He's thinking.
Just because I really wanted X-Men to be highlighted. I wanted to see a live action version of maybe an evil Charles Xavier.
Oof. And Magneto's the good in that one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because we already see Mr. Fantastic. There's an evil version of Mr. Fantastic.
Really?
Not in this, but
No,
it exists already in the Ultimate Comics. He's the one that chooses to start destroying other universes to prevent incursions.
Yeah.
He's the guy. He wears an all black suit and he has like a helmet with like an X over it. That's Mr. Fantastic. I think he's in your book too, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So that he's pretty fucking. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see an evil version of that. Of Charles Xavier.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many stories that could be told. I don't know. I think an alternate version of Spider-Man would be cool.
A different one?
A different Spider-Man with maybe where... Nah, because we have Venom.
Miles.
Yeah, now we have Venom Spider-Man. I was talking about an alternate story of a hero. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So maybe...
Well, I think it's very highly unlikely we'll see a different entity of a Spider-Man because of the properties owned by Sony.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't think we'll see it in What If. We got the Tom Holland version of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't voiced by Tom Holland, but it was very much so the Tom Holland version of that Peter.
Oh, in season 1? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really see. Maybe Blade. That would be cool. If maybe he stood vampire more than human.
Oh, he didn't take that serum to regulate himself?
Yeah, or just maybe like a little bit more of the vampire, like quote unquote venom, took over him as a baby. So where he ended up being more vampire than man.
Holy shit!
But he could still daywalk and stuff.
You know what crossed my mind right now?
What?
A venomized Blade.
Oh shit!
That's fucking scary.
Too strong. Yeah.
That's scary. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Well, I mean. I think that's what If is. You know, it's kind of cool that they're highlighting what if these villains became heroes like Nebula and Hela. I mean, often people say like, I think we talked about it in the villains episode. The difference between a villain and a hero is that a villain would kill everyone for one person, versus a hero would sometimes sacrifice one person for the greater good of everybody else. And we see that with
It's flipped.
No, a hero would make the ultimate sacrifice, either themselves or sacrifice one to save millions.
Yeah, but you said it backwards. But I think you did.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But a villain would kill everybody to save that one person that they're in love with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is not really. I mean, I'd probably kill just about anybody for my kids, you know?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, even with that, like, that's the only difference between a villain, really, typically. Outside of them, like, usually they're really smart. You know what I mean? Look at all of Batman's villains. They're all doctors. Yeah. They're all well, the Joker is. If he was a good guy, imagine what he can do.
Big Bang Theory had a funny joke about that, where Sheldon's like, he goes, "Hey, a lot of the villains have PhDs." He's like, the colleges should be more vigilant in their screening process. Which is like,
that's true.
It seems like all these villains.
I mean, Hitler was really intelligent. He just did some really shitty fucking things.
Yeah.
You know, imagine Hitler did everything he did for the good. You know, where the world would have been.
Saving races rather than destroying them. Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, he was able to manipulate an entire country to believe, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes was the way to go, and he wasn't even blonde.
Honestly, his influence is still alive today. Like, you know, tragically, but there's still people out there like, Hitler had it right. Like, dude, I mean, wow. To still have reach decades after you're dead.
Yeah.
That's a powerful person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you used it for good, imagine.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think the opposite of that is Martin Luther King.
Oh, for real.
What he did for good. You know, he was the balance and the force on that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just different times. But yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm X. Yeah, oh my God.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep. I mean, I don't have anything else.
No, I'm all good. I'm excited for 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys will see us cover the finale coming up soon.
Yep. We still have plenty of other stuff we're covering.
Yep.
You're finishing up season 2 of Stranger Things.
Yep. Aquaman 2 was...
We were supposed to go see that. You saw it.
I did see it.
How was it?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's not... Holy shit.
Is it as bad as how it's doing? In the theaters?
The Marvels was way
bad, dude.
The Marvels was way better.
But no, I'm talking about Aquaman itself.
I think Shazam... Oh, no. I think Black Adam was better.
Okay.
But I don't think it was
a sequel. So
I don't think it was better than The Flash either. It was The Flash was worse.
Oh, The Flash was worse?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I misheard that. Okay. But yeah, we got plenty of stuff we're covering. Do you know when Avatar is coming out?
Next year. I got time.
Next year? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that they're supposed to be starting filming on Stranger Things in the beginning of the year.
Correct.
So we got that coming very soon. But let us know your guys' thoughts. You know what I want to know is what are you guys excited for, and what do you guys want us to cover? I would like to hear from you guys. We could do a special viewers edition episode and just talk about whatever they want us to talk about. So please hit the comments up, DM us, Instagram, YouTube, here, wherever. We want to hear from you guys. But I think it's gonna do it for us today.
Hit us with some two truths and a lie. See if we can figure them out.
Yeah, that'll be fun for sure. I'm sure we got people that'll participate in that. But from us here at Till the End of the Line, we want to wish you guys a happy new year. Hope you guys had a good holiday break, or enjoyed your holidays with your friends and family and loved ones. I know we did. We had a good holiday this year. But yes, we want to wish you guys a happy new year. More to come from us this year. We are excited. A lot of stuff coming out for us to talk about, to cover. And as you know, we will be here to cover it. So it's going to do it for us. And Kike, as always, I'm with you.
To the end of the line.
Thanks, guys.